И снова здравствуйте. Можно сказать, без перерыва переключил сразу на новую игрушку, которую хотел попробовать. Все там уже пересмотрели, перезаценили, перепоказывали.
Здорово.
Привет. Эту игрушку. Я думаю, стоит и мне посмотреть, пощупать, что в ней хорошего, что плохого. От самого себя, как говорится. Так. Обычная. Ну, я игрок обычный, значит, игра обычная. Вернее, уровень сложности. Вроде как оценит ее как нормальную игру.
Ой, что за игра?
GreedFall. Новая игрушка вышла 10 сентября этого года.
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Сейчас буду заценивать. Не знаю пока. По другим оценкам вроде ничего. Но вроде как говорят, что немножко графика не очень. А так чем-то похоже на этот. Же игрушка-то называется. Ладно, вспомню, скажу. Dragon Age, по-моему, похоже чем-то на нее. Ни хрена злостный парень какой. Но более-менее современная прическа. Ладно, косы, борода. Это, я думаю... Это, я думаю, лишний. Цвет глаз, цвет лобуда. Мне кажется. Ну что там, где там, чё? К другому этапу.
Как плей? Но это игра средневековых, да?
Ну да, средневековая. На любителя. Не все средневека предпочитают. Ну, почему бы нет? Ну, посмотреть-то стоит. А там уж если зайдет, то можно и продолжать. А если не зайдет, то забить. Ну, хотя бы попробовать самому. Воин, инженер и маг. У этого меткость, ловкость, наука взлом, наука интуиция, сила воли, духовная сила воина, сила выносливость, ремесло, энергичность. Ящики будут взломаны, да? Ловушки ставить. Да ладно, для пробудок пусть будет воин. Характеристики. Но раз воин, значит силу. Чем? Таланты.
Как плей? Когда танки?
Слушай, только что танки были. Ремесло. Только что с танков вышел. Буквально.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here? We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Блин, чуть-чуть опоздал. Ну, они там...
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Ptolemy and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name.
Блин, как мне бесит этот британский акцент.
I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Вот у америкосов не такое. Вот бретонцы сразу видно их акцент. Такой, блин, мерзопакостный.
Как плей? А здесь озвучку можно изменить, ну, в игре.
Да нет.
10 раз. Это что?
Саня. Саня, это GreedFall. Игрушка, которая вышла буквально 2 дня назад. Так. Озвучку, по-моему, не поменять, по-моему, на этот. На русский нету ее. Тут чисто английская будет. Только субтитры. Ой.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Как плей? Ну окей тогда.
Ага. Придется вот так читать. Я, в принципе, могу читать, но я не знаю, насколько это у меня
I
хорошо
wish you a
получится.
good day, Your Excellency.
Не вались, нет никого дома. Бежит так смешно. Ну такие вот они, блин, смешная походка. Попрощаться с матерью.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
Почему зеленокровный?
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your gold.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see.
10 раз, а меня не
Fight with
считают,
honor!
что ли? Как плей? Ты его купил.
Ну да. А меня не читаешь, что ли? В смысле не читает? Все читает. Ты, может, там что-то или капсом написал, она не дает капсом писать автоматом. Так, это защита. Ну, давай. Левый шифт уклонения. Докажите коту, что вы умеете драться. Левый дрова.
Как плей? Похоже, норм.
Ух ты, бля! Так, тактическая пауза. Пробил.
Как плей? Походу. 10 раз. Боты тут лошары. 10 раз. А нет.
Да я бы не сказал, нет, это же первый этот боем, как бы, типа этого, обучающий. Учит тебя вот всякой фигни. Так, что тут у нас? Может применять заклинания, навыки, зелья, если вы также начать. Ну, ясно. Отбрасывание. Вы потеряли много здоровья. Чтобы поместить нужно зелье, лечить быстро доступа, нажмите Tab, пробел, автоматически. Что за лампа? Так. Привязать. Привязал? Или не привязал? Не привязал. Огнестрельное оружие. О! Так, а как его на него сфокусироваться? А, вот, сфокусирован. Контр... Тихо. Да, блять, кто звонит-то еще? Сори.
Как плей. Но эта игра еще с эффектом.
Блин, прошу прощения за вынужденную паузу. К сожалению, позвонят, надо отвечать. Тихосмотр на машине кончается, надо проходить. Беда, беда. С эффектом? Да, наверное, я не знаю. Смотря какой эффект. Так. Быстрая атака.
Плей. О, эта игра еще с эффектом. Смайл.
Яростная атака и блок. Правое уклонение, левый shift, пинок, левый Ctrl. А его пункт можно будет? Так и вот. Тихо, 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 подожди, я забыл. Что-то... Ладно, я понял.
What a green blood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Ничего страшного. Бывает. Так, действие могли вывести из равновесия. Каждый выстрел расходует единицу боеприпасов. Но... Теперь с двумя долбиться. Быстро, пинок, блок. Не-не. Я в кнопках еще путаюсь, блин. На кнопкам привыкать еще. Очищенный молочный пистолет. Так я же уже назначил. И точно. Вот, назначил. Все. Не понял, что он не сдох. Уровень физической брони обозначает со щитами. Понятно. Чтобы против брони врага можно воспользоваться тяжелым оружием.
Как плей. Графика вообще круть.
Ну, так я бы сказал. Вот мне вот это не нравится, вот однотонность цветов такая, знаешь, какая-то бледность этого всего. Вот это мне не нравится. Пожалели они тут. Я не знаю. Более насыщенных цветов. Бледность. Так, это не тяжело уже. Потертый молот с шипами. О, взял. Так, где она, блин? Как его взять-то? Нет, уже выбрал. Ну, отлично. Дальше что? Выбрать. Изменить сортировку. Что тут за херня, блин? Как вот... Ну, что дальше? А, Б, блин. Делаем друзья. О, какая. Ни хрена наносит 85 урона. Можно с этой фигней. А, вот он, на другую букву нажал.
Как плей. Как то песчаная.
Да, так вот, я что и говорю, что как-то... Да погодите, дайте, я, блин, да тут пробел все нажимаю, мать его, дайте мне прыгнуть. Так, как купить, как купить? Да отвалите вы от меня. Так, погоди. Я на тебя переключу. Отвалите от меня. Ярость. Про ярость все понятно. Где-то она там накапливается. Дайте мне на это переключиться. О. Ну, давай.
Как плей. Убери паузу с пробела на другую кнопку вытягивания.
Да слушай, я не знаю, может быть оно так хуже будет. Тихо, пацаны, погодите. А, что, все? Ну так.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
Как плей. Ого, ты их разнес.
Да. Уж почти. Но у них вот такой англичан, такой разговор, как будто они пафосно так говорят, блин. Ты такой, блин, ничтожество, а они просто все цари, короли. Мне такое ощущение складывается. Радость, недовольство.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilian are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Встретиться с Куртом входа во дворец. О, вот так. Доктор, тебе там клею удобно? Он не так все не разговаривает. Игнорирует меня.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Не, я бы даже перчатки не
I'm sorry.
поставил.
I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things.
Ну, все, ты заразился, пацан.
I'm so very happy to hear your voice.
Катплей. Курт это
You
казахская
remind me
еда.
so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill.
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now.
Катплей.
It is time for you to take leave.
Немного.
Here, take this with you.
Ага, давай.
What is it?
A family heirloom.
Так,
Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child.
То есть такой
Now,
зомби станет.
be off.
Я все понимаю, но черный юмор.
Катплей. А тема.
Угу. Попрощался. А мне интересно, кто это? Д'Артаньян или Гардемарин? Не вешать нос! Гардемарины! Дурна ли жизнь и хороша? Из Байрона на 1000 чертей! Каналья! Тебе надо идти.
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood.
Еда,
Look,
я готов.
we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain, I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Вот. Пока никого нет, придется брать его. Нужно сразу подозрительность. Так, этот чувак просто не будет.
Greenblood, do you need something?
Как плей? Лайк лепит.
Спасибо, спасибо. А что он чувствует себя заметным?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
Сопли эти, блин. Мне нравится.
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Европа, блин, сюда запихалась.
Как плей? Ну поруч мне на дуте, кстати, игра понравилась. Смайл, пока.
Угу. Понял. Спасибо, что приходил. Спасибо. Вот. Пока. Так, ну что тут? Ну я пока сыграю традиционно. Надо дальше посмотреть, что дальше будет. Что там у него есть. Сразу не поймешь. Пока она без... А что это? Два варианта, что ли? Не, туда. Если что-то есть. Пока непонятно, пока у него там не будет свое какое-то место, там, не знаю, где бежишь, потом можно что-то понять. Где-то звуки воды какие-то на этом месте. О! Как дела, друг? Ой, на тебя наступил, извини. Можно по тебе походить. Посмотри, лежишь какой. Труп или нажрался в говнище. Каждую пятницу я в говно. Не сегодня не пятница. А он в говно. О, блевантины. Че, переизрались там? А, вы больные, что ли? Вот, блин, зомби. Видал, какой у меня фонарик? Какой он делает? Карманный фонарик. Ах, медведь. Площадь казни. Вот казни. Что стоит? Меня?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea, remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver whether here or on Tiafredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Teleme has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Получается небольшой урок истории. Про нынешнего его. Так. Античный Антон, складывается. Это второстепенная задачка, да? Может быть, он подзаработал.
Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours, but what you're about to discover could save your life. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little vial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A file only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him? I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Там опять какой-то пильц лежит. Блин, тележечка, тележка. И там кто-то валяется. Тележка, да?
To my help! And death to the others! Move away! Things are about to...
Это как-то легко, понял. Вот его там все, вот там где. Научный знак алхимика. Странный алхимик зеленца, который снял комнату наверху, просит не заходить, не делать уборку. Примерно старый брат боится. Развешивал склевок, пусть сидит в грязи, если хочет, не будем ему мешать. Не получается. Настоящий алхимик не где-то. Где-то что-то будет порубать. Ну что? Какая особенно будет. Так. Полностью можно поменять. Вот. Крутая шляпа. Торс. Конзоль удачи. Просто стал мажором. Так, 84-25. Ничего не вытащил. Дальше. Тут что делать? что-то вот рассказывают о всех, с кем он там общается. Ну ладно. Вот что такое. Ах ты, шарлатан.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no,
Андрей Асташов.
You don't have the
Здорово,
right.
что зовут где-то.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone.
Так, секунду. Так, блин. Торгов будет потом. Даже не знаю, сегодня будет, не будет. Вечером гости будут. Вот, а я просто решил посмотреть, что за игрушка новая вышла 2 дня назад. Путнее, не путнее. Хочу посмотреть, заценить, стоит в нее играть.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Андрей Асташов. Ясно?
Так. Решать. Найти шарлатана. Уточки. Уточки. Второй этаж. Прямо из-под носа.
Hello, sir.
Уточнить золотые монеты. Я никто ничего не сказал. Нормально вопрос. Не варила.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Ну так отвечает, кому-то в штаны сейчас.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Нормально. Будем второй этаж. Так, ключики. Ключ от кладовой. Ваш уровень взлома недостаточно высок для этого замка. Вот так вот, да? Ну ладно, для замка будет достаточно высок. Блин, тут немножко такая камера как-то не очень.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds at the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Очень понятно. Алхимик, в принципе, неплохой парень. Ему нужно помочь. Блин. Так, что же мне... Что-то доволен. Навыки. Короче, у всех подозрительность. У всех я хреново. Ну, просто не открыт. Блин, камера ничего не видит.
The servant's door. The lock's double bolted.
The key to the tavern.
Вот я нашел ключ. Давай поговорим с толпой, что скажет.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions, am I right?
You're right, we did. Tasted of death. I did nothing for me ulcer.
As for me, I only drunk a few drops. And my tooth is aching more than ever.
Alas, you need only drink a mere drop for it to provoke paralysis.
Paralysis?
A terrible side effect. The symptoms appear sooner or later. No one is spared from them.
What? Are we doomed then?
Everyone, except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive the antidote.
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune. We're all gonna end up like statues.
Listen to me, everyone. I know a good doctor that will help us. Come on, follow me.
That charlatan will just have to wait to get what's coming to him.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
Юристы VIP. Звук от игры очень громкий.
Да, так я уже тут убавил до нельзя.
Руссо, юристы VIP. Тебя еле слышно.
Да? Блин. Вроде парень спрашивал, я убавил, он говорит нормально. Так, ремесло.
Руссо, юристы VIP. В ОБС убавь.
Ага. Ну да, надо брать. Сейчас. До каждой игры еще надо подстраиваться. По звуку. Где-то, ну, прибавить, где-то убавить надо. Ну, а так. Получше стал. Так, что тут можно чинить, не чинить? А, нужны ингредиенты, чтобы сделать. Группы. Мебель ремонтировать.
Руссо, юристы VIP. Включи игру, скажу.
Так, включил. Не помню, вроде я для него открыл черный вход, можно было свалить.
бросайте листы VIP. Да так гораздо лучше.
Ага, понял.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Не, ну можно же было его вывести. То есть игра дает несколько вариантов, да? И сразу переместился.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Второй уровень, вся фигня. Так, и что у нас тут есть-то? Что-то еще надо. Говориться с продавцом. Где мой гасконский конь? Слишком надоело бегать.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style? Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Так, что продадим? Вот это надо, да? Продать. Продать. Ладно, что купить можно? Водочка. Ладно, пока ничего нет. Ягоды боярышника.
The merchant is there. To my help, and death to the other!
Все берем, все берем. У нас же парализующая ловушка есть. Так, дверь с продавцом. Пошли договариваться. Что это за два пиздюка было, непонятно.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
О,
You can
нихрена
start by
красавчик.
explaining to me
Зомби
why you
такой.
refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Так, узнай подробности.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendants seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight off your feet.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus in your pocket as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect their merchandise. You'll just have to make a devastated, the dastardly boldness of them face in front of your master, and we're done.
And the bonus will be how much?
Well, you won't be retiring with it.
Oh. All right. Done. I'm with you. As soon as I've received my bonus, my eyes will grow weary-like.
Not just yet. You'll get your bonus afterwards. The guard has already been taken once by your promises.
Well, you can't hold it against me for trying. Very well. Call for your men to come.
You're certainly honouring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
You'll find all you need in our selection.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance.
Ну и рожа, блядь.
You set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise in contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm Desade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Norts master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is sea-born. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Norts for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Be back soon, Captain.
Так, слишком много болтовни. Кто такой? Ты что написал? Что за фигня-то? Что происходит? Наденьте куртку или кирасу фракции. Вы можете прокрасться незаметно, но если вас обнаружат, ваша репутация ухудшится.
XR. Драка на саблях будет.
Здорово, Ванька. Да слушай, не знаю. Может и будет, но тут, видишь, миссия какая-то. О, она что-то молчала, баба-то. Ё-моё. Ну тут что-то типа пиратов, то ли тот век, когда, блин, гардемарины, Д'Артаньяны, так сказать, в то время. Ну тут есть и чудовища, сабли, мушкеты.
Бои на кораблях.
Вот на кораблях, не знаю, еще не играл. Тут миссия какая-то должна быть незаметная, но...
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Стелс-режим. Пошел.
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
Предлагает несколько вариантов, как выполнить эту
If we
миссию.
drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Седу XR. Мне такое нравится, если боевка будет. Бои на кораблях.
Ну, на кораблях не знаю.
Седу XR. Онлайн.
Нет, не онлайн. Тут прохождение. Ну, на кораблях не знаю, еще не дошел я до кораблей.
Седу XR. Жаль.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Вся документация у них наверху, этот меня спалит нафиг сразу. Ой, уходим. Чуть не спалился. Напоить, блин. Легко сказать. Напоить. Так, а что я тут? Туда заходить опасно. Здесь-то можно, наверное, ходить. Ингредиенты. Предлагает несколько вариантов пройти эту миссию. Либо прокрасться по-тихому, либо напоить вот этих стражников, или что там с ними делать. Что-то еще тут можно. Переодеться. Как мне переодеться, еще непонятно. Алкоголь со снотворным. Короче, я так думаю, что эта игра стоит, чтобы в нее поиграть. Как же мне приготовить новая шляпка это для разбойника?
Седу XR. Иди в таверну, покупай пойло.
Ну да. Отлично. Давай. Мастерская. В мастерскую на. Пошли. О, там что-то светится. Немножко камера мне не очень нравится, но в принципе играть можно. Боевки надо привыкать. Боевка тут такая тоже своеобразная. О, что-то такое. Родственники богатея, который сам напросился на неприятности, он у нас, и мы его убьем, если не получим большой выкуп. Тащите туго набитый кошель, переулок на юге в квартале старых складов. Ха-ха-ха. Еще всякие задания можно выполнять дополнительно. Прикольно. Так. Здесь не найду. А что ты? Застрял. Поработать в мастерской. Так. Парализующие, ядовитые. Такие зелья. Зелье брони. Ну, что-то то, что надо, не вижу. Бутылка бренди и зелье сна. Чтобы сделать зелье сна, нужно трутовик щетинистый и наука. Круто. Бля, как все серьезно. Ну, ни у кого не купить это зелье сна, интересно. Алкоголь со снотворным. Только бренди. Бренди можно купить торговца, да? Давай на торговца сходим.
Все просто пойло в таверну.
Травку травника. У травника, я не знаю, есть это травник.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Так, может у него есть? Что-то ни хрена не вижу. Что там было? Трутовик щетинистый? А, блядь, наука же. Науки-то нет. Решка, трутовик настоящий у меня есть. Штука бренди. Купил. Ёма, у него все можно купить, смотри. Так, пошли обратно к станку. Сейчас мы похиничим. Блять, наука нужна. Наука, наука. Навыки.
Науку качай.
Тогда у меня очков нету. Следующее очко на 5 уровне будет. Печалька. Значит, надо прокачиваться дальше тогда. Ну, что-нибудь по это. Поизучай другое.
Седл XR. Подели пунцеов кому-нибудь дай.
Короче. Липунцов. Но. Да вон можно эти задания выполнять пока. Заодно прокачаюсь и очко появится. Одно. А может у кого-то еще и это окажется. Алкоголь с этой фигней. Готово уже. 24,60. Ну, пошли. Тут какие-то бомжи лежат в говнище пьяные или ты поймешь. Или сдохли трупы там от болезни, сдохли. Непонятно. Такой зашел непонятный дом, да? Стырил тут все. И всем дела нет. Ну что, взял пацан, захотел, взял. Поделаешь. Нам не жалко. Так. О. Качество 28. Урону, магическому урону 6-8. Ну ладно. Куртка не такая красивая, как была, но зато она что-то получше.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's...
Наколки у них смешные.
What appearance seriously?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Да. И в наколках ходит. Логово бандитов. Вот можно там подраться на саблик сходить. В принципе.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Такие, блин, смешные.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Судя по британскому акценту, тут, в принципе, понятно. Но, не знаю.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Просто детектив, может быть.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Никакого детектива. Найти и допросить свидетелей. Такой полисмен ходит, допрашивает. Несколько вариантов прохождения.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe him. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Так. Это что ли мебель?
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Открыть черный ход надо.
Locked.
Ну что, двери починил?
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow who could down his pint. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Найти похитителей и сразиться с ними. Вот она и битва сейчас будет.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
Что-то он пиздит, по-моему.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Вот, сука.
With respect, my lady.
Не дала, короче, болтать. Ну-ка. А где тут кого? Видно в зеркале? Никого. Зеркало не отражает. Блин, тут что?
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. And we are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
Какой-то самурай,
I certainly
похоже.
hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Whatever you need to be the talk of all serene.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
ничего вкусненького нету. На складах. И тут ничего нет.
Sir Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Че, и драться не пришлось.
Locked.
Who are you?
My name is Desade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
То есть можно было забраться по-тихому, подраться с этими, замочить их, либо убедить. Что это два дела, да? Да.
sir? You still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Be back soon, Captain.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's not possible just now. It's blocked.
Out if he keeps shouting like that. We should have gotten rid of him.
Don't be an idiot. It's obvious that he's a noble, a rich man. He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could not...
To my help! And death to the others!
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress. Constantine, it's me! Oh, dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fight.
Well, I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this
Андрей
morning.
Асташов. Решейда.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know
Слушай, я не знаю.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor,
Какая-то
didn't
из
he?
старых,
He is
но
ridding himself
я
of a
конкретно не
source
знаю,
of
кто.
constant disappointment. Enough said.
На
Today we
которой
set
не
sail
работает
for
этот
adventure.
прицел какой-то. Как он его решил. Любую старую попробуй. Должно пойти.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do
Андрей
then than to
Асташов.
board our ship.
Есть 3,0.
An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Ну, попробуй этот. Но стоит ли? Смотри сам. На свой страх и риск. Да, с другой стороны, удалишь, придется по новой скачивать и устанавливать. Вдруг что-нибудь заглючит там. И заблокируется.
Андрей Асташов. Лан попробую.
Ну, попробуй. Блин, сундук можно открыть. Так, где же этот сундук-то? Где же его видел-то? Да, вот он. Лимфа чудовища. Похоже на это. На ведьмака. Что-то. Лимфа чудовища. Блин, здесь мы не будем. Интересно.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas,
The only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city. Did you know that certain historians believe our missionaries there are a multitude? Of course, there are certain, but I am confident that and we have tremendous hopes.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador, we appreciate as well the welcome that thanks to your support, the congregation is our most, that heresy is tolerated, and that
Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. We follow the teachings of, and give the high dignitaries of Thélème.
I've heard say that...
Ah, you must certainly be speaking. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure, but they believe that a less rigid, but their differences are pure.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Готово, да не совсем. Шпатик тупо грохнуть охрану склада и все. Отворное подсыпать еще. Если она не делается. Короче, не нашел я другого выхода, как просто их замочить. Не пойму. Нету ни хрена. У меня этого навыка. Чего тут много? О, тут много.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Одел. Я ж камзол одел ихний. Пока обшмонаем тут все. Пока есть возможность. Так, и что это тут открыто? Выход какой-то. Вот. Сделал запись нормально. Ваш уровень недостаточно высок.
Well, now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Что она показывает на эту фигню-то? Науки открылись какие-то, что ли? 2 очка. Нет снаряжения. Ладно.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nauts. No one else may enter.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
I've seen...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Naut. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Ну, раз обещал, придется.
Let me out! You promised! Please!
I don't have the key.
Нет у меня ключа. Ты ж сиди дальше. Получается, я тебя наебал.
is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of St. Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of St. Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our St. Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I don't have the heart to deliver you to the Inquisition, but I cannot do much else to help you. Your smuggler is locked up. Maybe there are others in his band that can help you. Be careful and discreet, and you will survive.
Oh, thank you, sir. You are a just man. May the Illuminated protect you.
Thank you for having heard us and helped. You are truly full of kindness.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart. Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Поздновато я открыл. Ну ладно.
So, are you ready? Can we weigh anchor? We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tir Freddy. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures, as big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but...
The beast has awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Ну, красавчик прилетел.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir! Kurt! Captain! Keep my cousin safe! So, are you ready? Can we weigh anchor? We should be able to...
Permission to board the ship.
Certainly. Do you have any?
No, my...
Perfect.
I am so eager to discover Tir Freddy. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience.
The beast has awoken!
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious. I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic. Gentlemen. Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
And this journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see. It seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
No, not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are! To your health. Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service for a while.
Closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. Here for the alcohol.
to I. Sien sradi dau quint. Da dagudach me in.
Attention, soldier!
Let me pass. I must see the chief of your village. Whatever could be so funny?
Now, who would you be to seek an audience with the governor?
I am Siora, daughter of Vladimir. My mother is Amal, the chief of our clan. I am here as an emissary of my people, and I must see your chief, your governor.
And so you are a princess, then?
A what?
Let her pass! Your Majesty, I shall present you to the governor. Come.
Princess, Majesty, you are most confusing. But thank you for your help.
Ладно, думаю, для первого раза хватит. По моей оценке, играть можно в эту игру. Думаю, я буду продолжать. Или без. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.